All right. The challenge has been accepted. Drew
we
more
got
links.
hole one.
Hole one. Excellent. What is hole one? Drew more links. 4, 5, and 9 is what we're looking for. But any of these holes that are in the Drew more links or any of them, because they play a certain way. And so if you can go out there and you can practice certain shots, like right now, if you have the clubs in one of your bags and you get into a spot where you can practice that max. Oh, oops.
Oh, hell.
If you can practice that max, here, I'll send one to you. We'll see if it works the other way. You're in Texas, man. It's hard to get out of Texas.
Yeah. Did you just send one?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, here it goes.
All right. Drew more links, hole 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
Is that one of the ones we need?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the one that we were just talking about, I think.
Oh my gosh.
That's hole number 8.
Right off the bat. Now I will tell you right now that I agree that spot laying up out there is the high percentage way to go. Like trying to come out here with, man, I wish I had the third bag. Right? No, the third bag thing is big.
Are you going to try going to the left?
No, I mean, if I went that way, I don't have enough curl. If I brought out a bigger ball, I could get out into that area right there, and I could really go for it if I had a little bit of tailwind because of the way that trajectory is going. That, I mean, you're watching it, right? If I could get over to that so if I could get over that little fairway area right there with enough curl to bring it around, my first bounce is like halfway up that fairway where the sand's at, and I could get up there on that green and one with like a 4 power ball, even against that headwind with the low level stuff. I think there's a way over there on that side to get on in one without having to do too much. But if I was in 77, you got to
get over here. Oh, I can get way up here with the rock. Huh?
Yeah, but use your level 9 extra mile here. Don't even take the shot. We'll just time out. We're in here playing.
Okay.
So see what it looks like. Pull out your extra mile bag. There's your extra mile 9. And then go towards the center, the other side. Keep going to the right. No, keep going to the right and see if you can get that all the way to the right. Keep going to the next fairway. There you go. Keep going.
Oh.
And see with that topspin, like what does it look like if you brought out a 5 power ball? Let it time out. No, wait a second. Let it time out.
Okay.
And then the next time through, bring out a 5 power ball and see if you can get over to that side over there with a 5 power ball and that extra mile.
Gotcha.
Because I think if I brought out a 5 power ball, we don't want to waste.
I see what you're saying. We could just bounce right on over.
So see where I'm at. See like how far out I can get into that even against the headwind. I can actually overshoot this, and I don't have enough curl. You'd really want to start off over here, a couple rings off, but you'd have to cover that in curl, and I don't have enough curl here. So a 5 power ball for that club. See over here, I can look how far I can get over there with a 5 power ball. It might actually be a 4.
Dude, but the extra mile, I should go.
It might actually be a. It might actually. It might actually be a 4 power ball. Try a 4 power ball, not a 5 power ball, because I think a 4 power ball you could do. Well, try your 5 power ball with all that topspin, and you may not have to do any overpower at all.
Okay.
Because I've got that level 6 extra mile, and so it doesn't have distance or topspin or anything. Yeah, now put it all the way out there. Where's your red line? Now just rest it there and give all of its topspin and see if look at that. Look at that. You can do a second bounce rough bump. Get really close. Get really close to to your second bounce down there so we can see where it's hitting that little pad. Okay, so that second bounce is hitting the rocks.
Yeah.
So push it forward just a little bit so that that second bounce is hitting the fairway. That puts you about 1.5 rings into power. And look at where your third bounce is going. Your third bounce looks like it's going to go over that rough. You know, what you could do here. Oh, you wasted that ball. Sorry. I'm sorry. We got to. I told
you I got 18 different types.
Yeah, but
I haven't done my golden shot yet. I'll re up because this is an easy one.
So if you were over in this area right here, instead of trying to get over to that pad because you'd have to put a little bit of overpower, next time you come here, is this a 3 side spin ball? Use your 3 side spin, your snow globe, and see if you put all the side spin on it, if you could do a rough bump, like do this bounce here and then do a rough bump on the other side, right in that area right there.
Oh, okay.
And bleed up through the rough, because think of all the topspin you have on here. If you can hit that rough, you could roll out of that rough and roll right up to the cup.
Okay, I'll try that.
Now put all that topspin on.
I'll go to the snow globe.
We'll see what it looks like with just all that topspin. Just put all that topspin on. There you go. Okay, now put all the topspin on. There you go. So, I mean, if you put all that topspin on, now scroll down there and look where it's hitting. See, it's hitting in the rough and bleeding out.
Yeah.
You could actually, I think you could do a rough bump on the second bounce right down in there. The question is how far that carries in that hole. Switch balls. Switch balls or you're going to lose it.
That's okay. Oh yeah, that's a good shot. I'm gonna try it next time.
Okay, I'll take my shot for real, and I'll do the layup, and you do the shot from there, because I really do think with this low level account, the layup is the way to go.
Okay.
And I brought a Saturn, so I've got all the right stuff to do this. If I can't get up there, I'm going to bounce it over. I'm going to be about 2 rings off. 4-1. 4-1. A little curl to bring it back. Isn't it perfect?
I probably don't even need to use a snow globe. I could use a berserker and just top spin right through the rough, huh?
Well, I think you could use a berserker because you didn't need as much side spin as I thought you would.
Yeah.
And a berserker, if the wind's blowing in the right direction, the berserker gives you a little bit better wind.
Oh,
so it is blowing in the right direction. So a berserker would work fine. All the top spin, and then as much side spin as you can get on. Now push it forward just a little. There you go. Move it over to the right just a little bit. Right there. Now take the wind out and let's see if it carries farther in that hole. So it's 2 rings. So take 2 rings out. Perfect. No overpower, no nothing. Yeah, awesome. Oh my, dude, high five. Awesome shot. Awesome. That's the stuff. That's what I'm talking about right there. Getting on in one.
Yeah. Did you record that one?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I've got you on speakerphone and I'm recording the gameplay and your conversation.
Oh yeah, that was badass. That was a good shot. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to do it. So I think the high percentage, if you don't have that combo, I'm at Max Club right here and I'm at Thorn and it's 2.0 per ring. Just a little bit of top spin on it.
The wind could be going in that direction during the tournament because a lot of times we have wind going that direction. So
I barely got that off. Barely got it. I hit that great to the. I could that's the deal right there. Is that was on track. If I'd hit that perfect, I was on track. But I still think like the way my game goes, that's probably at best maybe a 40% of the time I could make that shot. On a good tournament, I'd make it 40% of the time, which means I'd make it twice during the tournament. And on a bad trip through, I'd only make it once. But that shot that you just took right here, that with upper developed clubs, that's almost turning a hole. That's turning a hole off for most people for 80% of the bracket that aren't going to get the eagles on it. You're beating 80% of the people in your bracket just by coming here and getting an eagle every time. That is definitely how I'm playing this hole.
oh, for sure.
So I'm gonna put some notes on here. EM9 Berserker on the green. Max top spin.
Yeah.
All right, let's rematch and let's get one of those other holes we're working on.